There's plenty of stuff you can do without the full recording studio. I want to go through a couple of tips and tricks. Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. Today I'm still on vacations. As you know, the weather isn't the best, so I think I would just spend the entire day working a little on business stuff for the label, but also producing a tiny bit of music. And if you don't have a studio, you don't have access to a studio because you're traveling, touring, or because you just can't afford one, the only option that is left is like having a mobile kind of recording studio, and that is basically what I have here. It's the most basic setup, but it still enables you to make basically all kinds of different electronic music without a problem. I have here my MacBook and headphones. That's really the most basic you will definitely need to make music on the go. In the past 3 weeks that I've been on vacations, I've made actually 2 songs and the third one starting today. And there's plenty of stuff you can do without the full recording studio. I want to go through a couple of tips and tricks, things you definitely need, things you can do on the go, and things you can't do on the go. So just don't even bother trying doing them. It just doesn't work. It's just a waste of time. So first up, really the equipment. Most important is you need a mobile computer. There's no way around it. A lot of people always tell me to get a desktop computer to have more power and just to keep it longer and being able to change things that break and everything. But then I lose the mobility that is extremely important to me, because whenever I travel somewhere or I visit someone else in another studio or I have a recording session in another city, I just can take this with me and I got all of my projects on there. No hassle, no problem. It's all where it should be. If you have a desktop computer, you can just only make music at one place, and it limits you a lot, especially nowadays. Except for the performance and the price, I think there is no real downside to having a mobile device. Of course, you will need to keep it charged or have like a power outlet nearby. My computer is unfortunately a little old. It holds maybe 2 hours of working with Logic. Then there are of course those mini keyboards that are basically the size of a laptop. I'm not a big fan of them. Playing with them is actually, for me at least, worse than just drawing in the MIDI in the computer. But if you feel comfortable with those, they are very inexpensive. I think you can get them for 20 bucks and just have like a mini keyboard always with you. A microphone might be something you might need. I don't have one with me because I knew I wouldn't record any vocals or anything else. Sound card, not really needed. I mean, you can just plug the headphones directly into your laptop. There is a sound card already built in. It's not the fastest one, not the best quality, but I think enough to just produce on the go. And speaking of headphones, they are by far the most important component in a mobile recording setup. That's what you're listening to, and for using headphones in the right way, you need to understand the difference between a normal setup with speakers and headphones. I'm not a big fan of headphones. They just limit you and sound a little awkward. It's way more tiring for your ears. But definitely keep in mind there are 2 kinds of headphones, like studio headphones. These are studio headphones. They're meant to be used by a drummer or a singer-songwriter to hear themselves. They're very isolating, comfortable. The sound is okay, but they're definitely not made for mixing. There is a difference. They're studio headphones and they're mixing headphones. Mixing headphones are usually 500 and plus. They're way more accurate. They're meant to be used for mixing. Also not really actually meant for using them to mix an entire song, more to do more precise things. But if you already want to mix a song on the go, then use at least the right kind of headphones. Since it's known that headphones are not really the best option for mixing, there are some companies making plugins to kind of try to compensate for that. There is one by Tone Booster called iZone or something like that. Let me look it up really quick. Yeah, it's called iZone. I've used it in the past, and it basically tries to mimic a room with the headphones, kind of adding a tiny bit of reverb and kind of emulating the sound that certain types of speakers would give you with a certain distance to the speakers in a controlled environment. I don't really know about that. I mean, it might help a little. For me, it was actually just strange having the sound being altered that much by software. But there's also a software by SonarWorks that is calibrating your headphones actually. And I got it just before the holidays. I didn't take it with me, so I can't fully test it, but it was recommended by a lot of my producer friends. So once I'm back, I will definitely do a full test video, because it seems to be really promising. You basically can turn any kind of headphone into studio headphones for a way smaller price. And then there are things you can do on the go. Definitely doing creative things, melodies, doing the arrangement, sound design, selecting the right samples, doing all of your drums. You can do all of that in the box just with headphones, no problem at all. But when it comes to mixing, I would highly recommend you to do the mixing in a studio. It will just save you so much time. If you mix with headphones, it will always sound awkward if you listen back to the mix in another environment. So for example, if you listen to it then in the studio, car, in the club, it will just sound awkward. I don't really know why, like the technical things, but my experience, 10 years, whenever I mix something with headphones, it just doesn't work anywhere else. On the flip side, making a mix on stereo speakers in a controlled environment, it will definitely also work on headphones. It's way easier to make it kind of the other way around. It basically comes down to, if you listen to something on headphones, your right ear just listens to the right signal and the left one just to the left. There is no crossover. If you listen to speakers, you also get from the left speaker a little bit of the signal to your right ear. So it sounds way more natural actually. Like headphones, it's just weird. It's a weird way of listening that we humans aren't actually used to. And then there are things you can definitely not do on the go. One of them is actually recording. I mean, yes, you can record sounds. I mean, for example, right now you might be able to hear some birds and some other things, maybe the wind outside here. It's really distracting if you want to record vocals. It's better to record them in a clean environment so you can add and post any sound effect you want, any reverb you want. If you record it already with ambient sounds and reverb, there's no way to change that. It's baked into the signal. There is no flexibility anymore. That's why most people tend to record in a clean environment. And then of course mixing, don't even try it. My opinion, I just can't pull off a good mix with headphones. Some people might be able to do so. I would still highly recommend to just not waste your time trying to mix with headphones. And then of course mastering, even worse, don't even try to master on the go. It just doesn't make any sense. But everything else, just grab your headphones, your laptop, go outside, enjoy the view, enjoy the fresh air, the sun, because like sitting in the studio 24/7 can be quite frustrating and kind of hinder your creativity. So maybe just grab your equipment, go outside, do some field recording, because we music producers just sit way too much in front of a computer just staring at a screen. So it might be nice to at least do that in another place. There's also one more quick tip I have for you in Logic. You can have a virtual keyboard and then play that virtual keyboard with your computer keyboard. So I think the A key is then a C basically, so you can play simple chords, simple melodies. That's like a bonus if you don't have one of those mobile keyboards that you can take with you. And basically we're already at the end of the video. So these are my tips and tricks for like mobile music production. I hope it helped you out. I hope it inspired you to do the same, or if you're in a situation where you can't do anything else, you can at least work a little on music. If you have any other tips, just leave them down below in the comments. I will now just stay the entire day here, hope that it doesn't start raining, and try to finish another song that I will be hopefully able to share with you as soon as possible. And then later on also start planning some of the upcoming releases, upcoming covers for my AXSENS label, as well as, and Vanessa will definitely help me with that, figuring out what to do with the new studio, which room should be what, and what kind of furniture should go in there. I need a new kitchen, a whole lot of stuff, and as you know, girls love to do these kind of stuff, so she will help me, and maybe some other friends. There is so much to take care of. It will be so exciting in the next couple of weeks. I will share it with you on a daily basis, and I'm back in the studio in, what is it? in 2 days. 2 days back in the studio, finally good sound again, and then taking care of mixing the 2 and with today 3 tracks that I've made here while on vacations. So yeah, leave your tips for mobile recording in the comments, and we'll see us tomorrow again with another vlog from Spain. Rainy, stormy, cloudy Spain.